Hey guys, so I'm back and I have one more new lesson that I've learned on my self confidence journey. So, the other day, I don't know what was going on with me, um, but recently I've just been feeling so overthinking, so insecure, and I felt like I was kind of regressing on all of my progress that I was making and everything like that. But then I had a full on breakdown, and I kind of was able to realize um for example, this is what happened. I was looking at pictures from when I was 11 or 12 years old. And I don't know about you guys. I don't know if this is a universal thing, but this was definitely something that I was experiencing. Um, when I was around that age, I was incredibly insecure. I think I probably invented insecurity for myself at that age. That's when puberty happens. I was so insecure compared to when I was a little kid. So then I was like, okay, this poor girl, this 12-year-old, when I thought I was so aware and so oh, I know so many things, and the adults around me would say, "Oh, you're so smart. You're not the rest of the kids your age and stuff like that." So I was like, I must really be, more mature, but why don't I feel um that and stuff like that, stupid stuff. But I do remember that I was incredibly insecure. I'd hunch over. I'm still doing that now a little bit because I'm tall, So I wanted to take up less space and in pictures. And now I'm at an age where I literally to stand up straight is actually really hard. And I feel like I've deformed my body a little bit, and that's a lingering byproduct of my immense insecurity. So I was thinking about it. I was looking at these pictures of me, and I was like, why were you so insecure? All those insecurities that you had, you were so cute, why are you thinking like that? If I could just go back in time and tell myself, don't think like that. So that was just a really big realization that I had. And then I was like, that was at the age of 12. And now, 12 years later, or I was actually 11. So, 12 years later, from 11 until 23 or whatever, I am becoming. I've literally spent those full 12 years between that time and this time now thinking those things, believing that I'm so gross and don't belong in certain spaces, and just these self deprecating thoughts, honestly, terrible, terrible thoughts. Um, Editing myself, or not being my true self. I've spent 12 years of my youth, really just literally stealing it from myself. Myself. Your worst enemy is yourself. So, the day that I had that meltdown, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna let my insecurities continue to make themselves a piece of my mind. Like if I find myself insecure about something, like for example, I'm watching myself in the mirror right here in the reflection, and I'm like, you know what? My face is crooked. My this is crooked. My la la. But I'm noticing those thoughts, and I'm saying, you know what? Like you cannot believe those things. You can't. What's it called? It's like when you authenticate a thought. You can't validate a thought and say like, if I notice it in the mirror, like, yeah, my face is crooked. I have things that are wrong with it, but I'm not going to focus on that and let it make me wither away and like hide in the corner, you know? I really just want to live authentically. So that's why I made this YouTube channel and everything. But it's really a journey. Like, I've been doing this for like almost 2 months. And I still haven't made like a ton of progress, but it's all in the mindset shift that you have in here. Um so let's see. But the day that I decided that, it was like yesterday morning. I woke up. I went for a walk into the town with my parents. I literally put it in my head that it wasn't going to be like, you know, hunching over. I was going to wear whatever I wanted. I was going to talk loud. I was going to stand with my head held high. I was going to just sit on a corner and really not care if people are like staring at me. I was just so free and it felt so amazing. I felt like my little girl self, like before I became insecure, before 11 years old. And it was just so incredible. And I think particularly maybe introverts can relate to this because when you're stuck in your head so much, you kind of create your own little world in there. But be so careful and spend some time, maybe even look at a picture of yourself from when you were like 11 years old, like at that like time when you became insecure. Maybe it wasn't 11 for you, maybe it was like 16 or whatever, but just look at a picture from a time where you were so insecure. Maybe you don't even have pictures, but really just try to imagine how you felt at that time, like that guilt or whatever it is for you, and really just sit with it or whatever you need to do and just realize like, wow, I'm literally toxifying my blood by my life, my relationships, my everything by being so insecure, and I need to get over it. So yeah, please just do that and you're going to be so happy, and then you can start to make your dreams a reality because you're going to realize, oh wow, you know, I'm not going to live my life like this. This is my life to live. So you're going to start doing things that you've been putting off for so long because you don't want to step on anyone's toes or this and that. So yeah, that was my latest lesson that I've learned, and it's a very, very valuable one, and I'm going to keep reminding myself of that lesson and recognizing that feeling and saying, okay, you can go sit over there. You don't have a spot on my table, you know? Stuff like that. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for listening to this. Have a good day. Bye.